So we load into this thing they call the stage, and you guys have been asking me about how can I make VC? How can I make VC without having to buy it, 2K19, all this stuff. So I decided to show you rather than tell you. Well, I'm going to tell you too, obviously, because I'm going to talk over this video. But we load in there on a 4 streak, so we see, they have a guard and a stretch, like, it's a good lineup on the 2s. But I'm telling you right now, and I've talked about this lineup before, a post scorer, any type of post scorer, whatever you like. I like a shot creating post scorer, but slashing, rebounding, whatever you like. And a stretch big is the easiest way to win on the 2s, bro. Like, it's just so difficult to guard, and defensively, it's very good. But right off the rip, Smoke is selling me. This dude is just getting blow by after blow by after blow by after blow by. And I'm like, my man, Smoke, can we get one stop? If we get one stop, it's over. This dude's going to work, bro. That's 13. I get a block. He gets the board. We're struggling, down 13-0 right off the rip. I'm like, all right, well, this isn't exactly the best start to a video ever. 16-0. But they make a mistake. And the thing about this lineup is if you make a mistake and give this lineup the ball, it's going to be very difficult to get it back. Now, whether they're running with a guard or they're running double centers as well, most of the time, this post scorer, whether it's you or your boy, is going to have a mismatch. Whether it's a guard or a stretch big or even another inside center, it's really tough to stop a post scorer that knows what he's doing this year. Now, obviously, you might find some games where you're a little laggy or delayed and, you might end up losing that game. But for the most part, as long as all things are good and 2K gods are not, not just against you, you're going to win majority of your games with this lineup. Let's talk about a few reasons why. First of all, you're both 7'3", which means you can put the post scorer at the 1 position and he will usually be going against a smaller player, whether that means, a small forward or a guard or whatever. If you're going against a smaller player, it really helps out the post scorer because, it's easier to score in the paint, obviously, if you have a size advantage. Now, like I said, even if they're going against a center, it's still this year really, really hard to guard a center because paint defense is a little suspect. Now, you see here they're having a double team to try to get a stop, but you have a pure stretch on your team. So he's going to make a good stretch. He's going to make majority of his shots, obviously, if he's open. Not only that, the pure stretch can shoot with confidence because he knows you have a size advantage majority of the time. So you're going to get the board even if, those rare times that he does miss a shot, you're going to be down there to get boards for him. But what I'm talking about is, you guys always ask me for like best ways to make VC. I prefer to play on the 3s because I just think it's more of a skill-based game. I feel like 2s, kind of anything can happen. If you get a couple bailouts, you can get a win. But honestly, a lot of bad players play on 2s, so it's pretty easy to get wins on 2s. You see, we're in the stage here, right? You would think, you're putting your VC on the line, the games are going to be hard. The games are pretty damn easy, I'm not going to lie. A few close games like that first one, shout out to those guys. They were killing our shit in the beginning, but as soon as we got the stop, like, it was over. And that's the thing also about this lineup. With both being big players, obviously you don't want to stretch on an inside player if you can avoid it, but you can play sides on everything. And you're both so tall, max wingspans, that you take up so much space on the court. Defense is, you're going to get a stop eventually for the most part. You know what I mean? Also, both of you, there's so many things offensively you can go to in terms of, obviously you can just let the post ISO and the stretch spot up, but you see the inbounds cheese. Like, if you have a good stretch, like a comp stretch big that's really good at doing the inbounds glitch, that in itself is a whole offense in its own. Like, that is tough to guard. And then, if they start playing up too high, he can just cut back door. There's so many things you guys can go to. And even if they have, let's say they have a defensive build on the post scorer, you guys can run pick and roll to try to get the switch. If you get the switch, then the post scorer can post up. Or you can just run pick and roll and the stretch can just dribble off the screen and try to shoot a 3. Or obviously if you're a good cutter, you time your cut, you're going to get inside with your post and get an easy bucket. But you see, it's just, we do the same thing over and over again. So I'm going to be honest with you, it's not the most fun lineup to run by any stretch because it's very repetitive in the way you play. You see, like, I'm just posting up. Like, right now they're not doubling, nothing, so it's just on me. Like, I have to post up, I have to score. and it's on me. But if they start making adjustments, or the dude's playing really good defense on me and we want to switch it up, then we'll go to other things. But you see, as soon as they double team, I kick it out, he hits it. Like I said, it's not the most fun lineup, but it's really overpowered. Now in 2K19, you say, oh, how you know it's going to work? I'm gonna tell you right now, double centers has worked on twos like since 2K Park has existed. I'm not gonna lie to you. Even in 17, I would run this lineup. I have videos up of me running this lineup. You think about it, obviously if you go against a really good guard that's just isoing, like, okay, he might bake you, but at the same time, you should be able to get a stop eventually, because the other center can hedge and kind of bait with him and toy with him. And listen, you're 7'3", you can use that size to your advantage to contest his shots if he's looking to shoot. If he's looking to rim run, obviously you're way bigger than him, you should be able to protect the paint for the most part. Obviously they're going to score on you sometimes. See, they scored 12 points on us that game, like, but it's just like, once you get the ball, it's so tough to guard. And even if you end up giving the ball back, you should be able to get a stop, man. Like, the size of your centers and everything, it's just too much to handle. Now they're not doubling, so this game is just up to me. Like, if you have you don't even have to be that good, honestly. Like, if you have your badges in the post, you're overpowered. Like, you're hella overpowered. Like, post spin is overpowered, all this stuff. Obviously for 19 we don't know, but the news that we've heard, if you haven't seen my news video on post scores, go check that out. But it sounds like the post game is going to be even better in 19 than it is this year. So this lineup will work in 2K19 in my opinion. Obviously we have to wait and see what the archetypes are, but basically an inside center and an outside center, whatever you want to run, a pure stretch and a rebounding post, shot creating post, slashing post, pure post, whatever you want, it's going to be a good lineup. Like, people run this lineup on twos all the time, and even last year, even in 2K16, I'm sure people were running double centers at times, and it's just a great lineup. It's going to be effective next year, obviously, once you guys figure out how to play defense and how to play offense and whatnot. But you see, we're in the stage 11 streak. We're just running this streak up. Now, obviously, it's not high roller, so it's only 1,500 a game. But imagine doing this during high rollers when this court is 7,500 VC per game. Now, I would have done it this weekend, but I'm not going to lie, I wasn't home, so I couldn't really get in the high rollers that much. But I still came to the stage just to show you guys, like, you guys asking me about VC methods, just run double centers on twos in stage and you're gonna win a lot of games. Like, listen, even if, say you go to the stage, right, and you win 4 and you lose 1, you're still making a big profit. Like, and that's what you guys want, right? You're always asking me, how do I make VC? Go play twos in the stage. Like, I'm not gonna lie, if you go and play threes in the stage, you better be pretty damn good, because dudes on the threes are really, really sweaty. And if you go there with just like whoever, you're probably gonna lose. But if you go on the twos, I say it all the time, anybody can win a twos game. Like, it's make it, take it. There's gonna be like 2 or 3 big possessions where it's like, okay, is the game gonna let me make that, or is the game gonna make me miss it? If they let you make it, you're gonna win the game. And then obviously if you're able to play defense, you're gonna get the ball back even if the game does make you miss. You see 13 in a row. We just kept running it up. Again, the inbounds glitch, he can shoot with confidence. Even if he misses, I'm going to get the rebound most of the time because I have a guard on me most of the time. I'm also going to tell you one thing. If you really want to, like, you guys asking me how to make VC, do not play come arounds. If you beat a team and they come around to play you and you're really trying to stack VC, like that's all you care about, don't play them again. Say, oh, let them message you, say whatever they want. Don't play them again, bro, because you know how this game is when people come around. If you drop them off and they come around, guess what's gonna happen? You already know. Every bounce is going their way, every steal's going their way, every rebound's going their way, every contested shot's going their way, and they're gonna end up beating you and you're gonna lose some VC. Don't do it. If you're really looking to just stack up VC, do not play come arounds. That's my opinion. Again, that's 15 in a row. We'll drive in, get a little cradle dunk, post spin. Just abuse your badges if you're a post scorer, like, especially when you're playing against players that aren't that good, which a lot of times on twos you're going to. When their controller dies, just alley-oop it to yourself. Nah, let me stop. But just abuse it, bro. On twos you're going to play against a lot of people who don't really know what they're doing. Just abuse your badges, and then if they double team, just make sure you pass the ball on time and your stretch big should be able to cash out. Like right here, smoke is a green, that's game. And it's repetitive, I'm not gonna lie. It's the same offense every game. There's no variety to it, but it's the easiest way to win on twos. It's the easiest way to make VC. We were just running up this streak. You see we're at 17. We're just running up this streak, racking up VC. That's my tips, man. Run this lineup and you're gonna win and you're gonna make VC. 2K18, 2K19, always.